Wow, got a lot of questions this time around. Sorry for those who don't get their questions put in. I mostly leave out the questions that sound similar to others. Welcome to our second Total Drama Luxury Tour Aftermath show. Tonight we will bring out the newest eliminated contestants and provide newer surprises as well right here on Die Held Aftermath. Welcome once again everyone, blindly welcomes. Before we begin, let me introduce you, the viewers, to the first batch of losers watching with us on the bleachers. The group just glares at the drama mogul. Please welcome Beth, Eva, Ezekiel and Harold. The studio audience applauds the early eliminations. On continues. For our first segment, we will be interviewing the newest group of eliminated contestants. Blaney begins. Our first guest is everyone's favourite sarcastic bookworm, and my favourite little buddy, Noah. When finishes, Noah walks on stage as everyone applauds his entrance. Noah, how does it feel to be ousted by Alejandro and his hit he put on you? Blaney asked. Well, as long as he's still out as well. Still, at least Izzy is doing well, the bookworm answered. Speaking of Izzy, Noah, one of our viewers had sent you a question, Blaney informs, as she shows the message on the big screen above the studio. Inu Ghost 2.0 asks, now that you've kissed Izzy, tell us, which was better, kissing her or kissing Cody? How do you respond? Noah glared angrily, then sarcastically remarked, since I was awake and in control of my actions with Izzy, I am fairly certain that kissing her was better. And now can I take my seat? Not yet, Blaney denied. Owen, you have been unusually quiet during this interview. You have a question from the fans as well. Blaney deviously put the next question on the big screen. Coolman123 asks, and how does it feel knowing your little buddy kissed your girlfriend? Your response, oh, I can't be mad at my little buddy, when happily answered. I broke up with Izzy back in Jamaica last season, and it was my decision. Though I regretted doing so, at least she is in trusted hands now. Thanks Big O, the bookworm said while graciously patting the chubby chum on the back. You've got to be kidding me. Where's the tension? Where's the animosity? Where's the drama? Blaney angrily asked, not satisfied with how that played out. Our next guest is Total Drama's token cool guy. Please welcome Trent. The musician walks in and waves to the crowd while still having bandaged up ribs. Welcome Trent, how are you feeling buddy? Owen asked. Getting better Owen. Thank you Trent responded. Trent, how does it feel to be taken out of the game without even actually getting voted out? It must be humiliating. Blaney instigated. Trent only frowned. Unamused at the co-host. Well, getting off early is a bit of a downer, yes, but at least I got out of that love web amongst my former team. Love web, care to elaborate? Blaney inquired. Never mind, Trent ended the subject. Well, one of your fans wanted to ask you something, Un said as he pointed up to the big screen. Drums247 asks, what do you think of Duncan? Make no mistake, I am still friends with Gwen, and after 2 seasons, and the fact that I am with Katie now, we finally got over the romantic tension between us. As for Duncan, no comment. Now with them being together, I am not sure what keeps them a couple outside of shallow attraction. But since I blew it with her myself, I can't really criticize Duncan, Trent informs the hosts. But I love romantic tension, Blaney whined. Then you'll love our next guest, Un said. Please welcome Jeff. Interns wielding a disgruntled party animal strapped to Dolly in a straitjacket. Hello, Jeff, Owen nervously greeted. Bridget, the disgruntled party animal answered. Well, how does it feel to be voted out by your team for reasons of insanity? Blaney uneasily inquired. Bridget, Jeff answered in his newly found language while twitching profoundly. Owen nervously cleared his throat. You got a question? J-Star 1983 asks, during season 1 in the episode where Courtney got eliminated, I had noticed that your reaction seemed kind of forced while Bridget seemed to show little to no emotion. Did Courtney really get cheated off, or did you and Bridget actually vote her off? I don't buy the cheated off thing, because Chris wouldn't really let that happen. Plus I don't think DJ was involved because his mother taught him better, and I think Duncan actually voted her off because he did it in the 2nd and 3rd seasons. I think you, Bridget, Duncan and Harold made it look like she was cheated off just because you were too cowardly to just vote her off right then and there. Fess up if this is true, Jeff responded. Bridge, Bridget, could we get a translator? Blonely asked. Well, I think I may be able to answer for him. Though it is possible Jeff and Bridget voted for her, it was clear that Harold got into the ballot box and adjusted it in his favour. Plus at the time, Duncan genuinely liked Courtney. Chris lets plenty of dirty tactics slide. Plus, Courtney sued the show over this and won the case, so it's safe to assume it was Harold's cheating that got her eliminated. Jeff added. Okay, this weird. Wheel him out of here, Blonely commanded the interns. Our next guest is everyone's favourite gal with attitude. Please put your hands together for Leshona. The audience cheered as Leshona walked to the stage. Leshona, you and Harold tried to form an alliance against Duncan and Gwen, but it turned out they had a stronger influence on the team. How does it feel to be ousted by your former best friend? Blonely instigated. Well, at least I don't have to deal with those two anymore, Leshona answered. And we are back together, Leshona, Harold comforted while walking up to her on stage. Thanks, Ginger Biscuit, the girl with attitude said before kissing her lanky boyfriend on the cheek. On points the big screen, Leshona, Hyperforce asks if you still consider Gwen your friend and wants to keep her from becoming a female Duncan. Gwen and I are finished as friends. That pasty white girl had no right mocking my boyfriend. At this point, I'm not sure if Gwen is becoming the female Duncan, or if Duncan is becoming the male Gwen, Leshona angrily responded. Owen responded, our next guest is the traitor of all traitors. Please welcome Justin, Blonely introduced. The model steps in with jeers as he tries to cover his swollen-up face which he got from a certain soccer ball beam to the face. He also carried a briefcase with a total of $1,000 in 20s with him. Justin, you sold out Noah for chub change only to alienate everyone else. Here you sit in the loser circle missing out on the big prize. Was it worth it? Blonely inquired. Well, may have not been my best moment, but at least I made something off this season. The model defended. I made $1,000. Who else made that here in this circle? Only Owen, and he blew it for the big mill. I betrayed Noah, yes, but I would do it again. Hope it's worth it in the long run, Noah sharply told him from the bleachers. Blonely points at the big screen. Justin, you got a question from the viewers. Inugos 2.0 asks, with your recent disfigurement, courtesy of Cody, are you now going to try out for the lead role in horror movies, like Phantom of the Opera, since you have the face for it? How do you respond? Shut up, Justin yells at the screen. Also Justin, we have a special guest, just for you, Blonely informed, who, a certain fangirl, dreaming to be reunited with you at long last, who. Suddenly, Justin hears a growling. The grizzly bear from Alaska walks in and tackles the model. Not you again. The bear happily covers his face in saliva, and then drags him away off stage. Help, someone help me. The model kicked and screamed, see ya, Justin. Noah mockingly waved goodbye. And moves on. Our last guest is Sadie. Sadie walks in with the audience cheering. Sadie, you unwillingly received the leadership role over the skippers, only to be booted for it later. How does that feel? Blonely inquired. I guess it's not fun, but now I get to cheer Katie on at least. Sadie answered. Well, how about we find out who the rest of this next batch of losers root for? Blonely said. Moving on, I'll go with Izzy, Noah informed. Katie, Trent said. I want Katie to win too. Sadie happily agreed. My bets are on Bridget, Leshona answered. Well, Justin and Jeff are unable to chat with us on this subject, Owen tells everyone. So this concludes our interview segment. Our next segment is another rematch with your demons, Blonely announces. This one will be a bit different from last time. One ex-member of each team will, this time, specifically represent a former teammate of theirs for this challenge. How so? Sadie asked. You'll see, Blonely informed with a grin. Trent steps forward, being the only newly eliminated captain. I guess I'll represent Katie. Noah also steps forward. I'll represent Izzy then. Any admirals want to help their team out? I asked. Forget it, Leshona scoffs. Okay then, Blonely said. Moving on, since you both chose your represented contestants, how about you two show it? The former celebrity manhunt throws the two wigs replicating their girlfriends. You gotta be kidding. Noah scoffed. I wanted to make things more visually pleasing, Blonely cruelly says. Oh, Trent, you look so cute with Katie's hairstyle, Sadie happily informed. Red hair doesn't match me very well, Noah tells everyone, annoyed. Okay, ex-contestants, for this challenge you both will be in an arena with a remote-controlled dodgeball cannon in the middle. Surrounding the cannon will be an inner and outer circle. Trent must remain inside the inner, and Noah must remain inside the outer. To win this game, and an advantage for your former team, one of you must avoid getting hit before the other. Whoever gets hit first loses. Since Noah got eliminated because of a target placed on him by Alejandro, the cannon will automatically point in his direction. Since Trent got eliminated for taking a hit for a different scrawny nerd, he has to avoid repeating the same process. Also, if one of you loses your representative wigs, you are disqualified. He instructed. Without further ado, begin, and starts the contest. The cannon took aim at Noah and began firing. The bookworm runs around within the outer circle. Trent jumps out of the way when he gets between the bookworm and the cannon, as it sends a barrage of dodgeables. I thought I would be done with this when I got eliminated, Noah said in a panic. The bookworm tries to direct the cannon towards Trent, while avoiding the oncoming dodgeables himself. The musician tries to dodge each ball while remaining within the inner circle. The velocity of the passing by balls almost knocks off the Katie wig, but Trent manages to keep it on. A little hard to look right and left at the same time, Trent mutters in frustration as he tries to track Noah's movements and where the dodgeables are shooting from at the same time. As Trent and Noah continue to avoid the dodgeables, Blinley activates a switch time to kick things up a notch. Bam! Suddenly, another dodgeable cannon appears just outside of the outer circle and rotates around it to pursue Noah. Now the bookworm must avoid getting pummeled by two cannons while directing them both at Trent. Ultimately, the bookworm tripped on his own 2 feet and is struck on his backside by an oncoming dodgeable. Winner Trent, unannounced. Congratulations Trent, your victory helped out the killer captains, Blinley told the musician. Awesome. What advantage did I win for them? Trent enthusiastically asked, and eliminated Katie. What? Trent was flabbergasted over this revelation. I told you this one would be different, Blinley mockingly told the musician. Oh, we got ourselves some breaking news. Everyone turns to the big screen. But Katie, still stunned after watching the Aftermath show live, is being ushered down the plank of shame by Chris. You hurt the mean old lady. You're out, Chris said while pushing Sadie's BFF off the ship and throwing her a life jacket. Katie, I'm so sorry, Trent yelled at the big screen. I was just called old. Where's my sympathy? Blinley complained. Bluntly, I wasn't informed about that stipulation, when told his co-host. Well tough, now let's finish this show up on a lighter note, shall we? Blinley said, moving on. Since merger is just on the horizon for this season, how about we give someone a shot to make it back into the game with our new segment, Total Drama Raffle. Here all of you losers can write down the name of someone you want back into the game. However, the catch is that you cannot write your own name onto your own ticket. Whoever I draw out in the end will get to come back into the game. Well, at least I can try and get her back in, Trent said while still down about the elimination of his new girlfriend. Don't worry, Katie has my support as well, Sadie assured. Harold and Leshana just smile at each other. Come on Holmes, vote for the Zeke. Ezekiel promotes himself. Each person secretly writes down the name of the contestant they want back in and places it in a box for Blinley. Is that everyone? Unasked. Indeed so. Blinley confirmed. Now then, the person coming back to Total Drama Luxury Tour is Alejandro. What? Everyone else in the room shout out in awe. As if on cue, the Latin mastermind walks into the studio. I am most humbled by my supporters, Alejandro said in his smug facade of kindness. I cannot wait to return and say hello to the rest of me amigos. This is so not fair. Who voted for him to return? Noah angrily asked. Oh Noah, my animosity for you has long since lifted. However, I do feel a little tension towards that new girlfriend of yours. You son of a... Well, that concludes the second Aftermath show, Blinley said moving on. Will Alejandro regain the edge after his first elimination? Find out on Total Drama Luxury Tour. After the show ended, Blinley secretly meets someone backstage. Now for your end of the bargain, the co-host demanded. Of course, Alejandro complied by handing her the briefcase containing another $1,000. Everyone has a price. Blinley shrugged. Indeed so. The Latin archenemy parted and then told himself, watch out Total Drama. Alejandro is coming back.